This coming Sunday, we plan to sing as an opening hymn, the hymn Speak, O Lord. And that really sets a good tone for the whole service and for every service. We come to church not for us to speak, but for God to speak. We come primarily to listen, which is why the word worship used for our Sunday morning gathering, it sometimes gives the wrong impression, as if the reason we're coming primarily is to worship God, but primarily we're coming to be served by God. And so another word, a title that we use sometimes is the divine service, which maybe hits it a little bit more because it is about the divine, the God serving us, and included in that divine service is, of course, our worship, our response to what we hear. But primarily, the thing that we want to use when we come to church are our ears. We're coming not to tell God the way things ought to be, not to tell each other the way things ought to be, not so that we can go home and tell our neighbors what's wrong with them and things like that. We come to listen to what God wants to say. We're not trying to gather up things, words that we already agree with and that we want to use so that we can speak our truth. We come to listen to God and to let His word have its way with us. We come to hear and to be changed according to His will, not according to our will. In this way, coming to church is kind of scary because we're not in control. If we're turning on Netflix or some other streaming service, I can be in control of what I'm going to receive. Do I want a good laugh, a good cry, an interesting story? I can make the choice. But when I come to church, I'm not in control. God is. He speaks through His word, and His word is there so that it can have its way with us. And we don't always know exactly what it's going to do to us, how it's going to hit us, how it's going to mold us. But we know that the main goal is that we would be transformed into the mind of Christ, and so that we would be our sin would be exposed, our sin would be forgiven. We would be comforted, our consciences would be set at ease, we would be comforted, we would be pointed to Jesus on the cross, and our minds would be conformed into the mind of Christ. Our hearts would be conformed into the heart of Christ so that we would be more like Him, so that we would be remade into the image of God, which is seen for us in the person of Jesus Christ, true God and true man. So this coming Sunday, as we sing Speak, O Lord, I pray we think about those sorts of things, that we're going to come into the presence of God for Him to do what He wants to do with us. Not for us to get our way, but for Him to have His way with us. May God give you peace today.